up there, everybody? You are now into the Black Top, where we try to get our act together and find strength and unity in the circle of life and friendship. I am Billy.
I'm Timbo.
And I am Ray, and it's nice to see you guys. Nice to be back. I didn't get the memo. Seemed like I was supposed to wear blue today. Totally missed
He
that
got
one.
on red though, so I mean, he got a most, but it's a little or burnt orange or whatever, you know.
I
I
like.
don't.
Yeah, that's a dope cap you got there, though.
It is.
Billy,
Thank you.
are you a Blue
This
Jays
cat
fan, or did you just like go to Toronto?
are neither. I found this hat on eBay a long time ago, and I'm
It doesn't look
surprised
like
it's still
that.
held. Thank you. I try to keep my hats in in a box, like this plastic thing that's for hats. And then because it's so white, I spent a lot of money on shoe protector for anything white, so I just spray it to try to keep the smudges away. So that's what happens. And I'm kind of happy that this hat is still in a nice, not pristine, but a good shape for it being a white and blue
See, you talking too much. It looks pristine on camera. It
hat. Cool
does.
beans. But it really is. I didn't want to. I'm not trying to be arrogant or whatnot, but it's the white. It's still white. It's still very
Mhm.
white. I'm surprised myself. Really.
There you go. Oh well, that's dope. Timbo.
The
Now I have to ask now because I'm thinking about it. Are you a hat man? We've been friends for a while, and I don't know if I ever
Sometimes,
really seen you rock too many hats.
yeah, no, they be costing. So, but every once in a while, yeah, yeah. I don't have none like that, but I would
Oh,
like to expand into that
oh man.
eventually.
See, well,
Mhm.
if when you once you start expanding, man, let me know. I'll add to the fund of Timbo Hat Fund because me personally, I can't do the hat thing. Like my head is too big. Like I can't do snapbacks. I can't do fitted. Like I don't know. I go to a specialty site or something. It's all bad.
Wow,
I,
that's
it's
just
sad.
an
Like 'cause
honest moment here, I guess,
it's
on the Blacktop Asylum show.
you know. Because it's so cool because it's such a cool way in my eyes to like just accessorize with stuff and especially your hair ain't looking cool, just throw the hat on, keep it moving. But nope, not over here.
my
everybody everybody
my
going
hair
nappy.
big. I normally have like two snaps left on this thing. I got almost a whole row left on the back of my hat. Man, it's bad out here. It's bad.
Oh man, that is funny.
What you been up to, Ray?
Oh man, nothing much, man. Just trying to make moves. We got a little apartment, so just
Right.
trying to move something
Don't
bigger
say
and better.
little. It's a nice apartment.
Well, yeah,
Is another apartment you moved into?
Yeah, we just went and picked up the keys, so we'll
Awesome.
be in transition between here and there. Actually, maybe the next episode we might be shooting from there. So I don't know.
Okay.
So we'll see. I'm just happy to be doing that. Just more space. Happy for the kid.
Hmm.
He was in there rolling around like, oh, I'm just so happy, so much space. I'm like, okay, man. I'm happy for you. You stay over there. Like, no, I joke, I joke.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's all I've been up to. Really.
That's what's up.
So
That's
yeah,
enough. Moving is that's
man.
about to. It's
Yeah.
about to be enough if it's not already.
Oh man, no, because I just moved. My mom, she just moved last week, a couple weeks ago. So which it wasn't a lot, but even just that, I was like, oh man, I'm gonna have to do this to my whole house pretty soon. So
Mhm.
it is daunting. Moving always is, but
Mm-hmm.
it is what it is. It's always fun too, because once you get in there, you can throw away all of the old stuff, put all your new stuff in there, get everything where you want it. Everything is nice and clean. Then it's nice.
Mm-hmm. Right.
But
Got you.
cool. Let's jump right into it though. We had this album, right?
Yes.
Timbo, what you think?
So this week we did the Bitter Truth, or this episode we did the Bitter Truth, by Evanescence. Uh, and so yeah, what did you guys think?
Well, me personally, because this is an album that came from me picking,
Okay.
or it was my pick, I guess, last week. I actually liked it. I don't typically listen to rock, but when I listen to rock, I mean, I want to listen to this. This is really cool to me. It was just comfortable. And I don't know if it's because it reminded me of some of their earlier stuff because I hadn't
Mhm.
listened to Evanescence in a long time. I listened to them back in high school, so that's what maybe 2008, 2009. I don't know what album they had going around there, but that's what I listened to, and this kind of reminded me of a little bit of that,
Okay.
and I thought it was cool. I liked it.
Okay.
What did you think, Billy?
I really enjoyed this album. I mean, like, I enjoyed this album at another level, man. So I was just about to ask you, before your high school, you already put that up. I didn't really listen to him. I was a Paramore guy, Paramore and Fall Out Boy, but I really enjoyed Paramore.
Mm-hmm.
Vanessa, sometimes I guess this felt kind of heavy for me. But then when we so I listened to this album, I was
Mm-hmm.
so surprised. And I really, really miss bands, man. I really, really miss bands. I took a lot of notes because I think this album is so powerful. I think
Awesome.
this one it's something about the way that it charges forward. It just keeps pushing. It has a serious tone and it's high octane. It's just
Mm-hmm.
chugging along, revenge seeking, man. And I think there's something that is so harmonious, very harmonious about um the musicians and the singer and the songs. Like she'll sing sometimes those long drawn out notes, or and then the band is like very syncopated. It's a lot of movement going on underneath, but they seem to fit really well.
Mm-hmm.
And it's movement going on that it seems like the song or the instrumentalist create another song in itself, not just the canvas or a backdrop for the lyrics, but two songs.
Yeah. I agree with that. It's almost as if we're getting two different albums. It's like we're getting a beautiful vocalist album, but then we're getting like a standalone, like you said, just like a standalone instrumental where it's just like just dope music that you could just listen to on its own.
It's so dope. Um, I don't know if people care about this or not, but I'm a drummer, man. I love drums. If you go back and just listen to the drummer, it's
Hmm.
like he's as much a songwriter, not in just playing part, but he's saying something with how everything's arranged and how they flow through the different sections of the songs and how that brings in kind of peaks and valleys and the roller
Hmm.
coaster of different emotions and this engagement and this call and response. It is so in the way they work together.
Hmm.
Very enjoy the album. The chorus always, always. There are a lot of when it comes to the course of time. It just opened up like a flower in the spring, man. Wonderful. It is. It really is. Things weren't typical. That the songs kept feeling fresh. Uh, one other point that was really important. There's a strong house, like, huh, maybe there wasn't one of the things. Either way, the bridge wasted on you is phenomenal. And the last, oh, I'm so surprised by this album. Uh, thankful, really enjoyed this
I
album.
feel that.
Great job,
I
great
feel that.
job.
I was very happy to listen to it. It was a cool listen. Almost made me want to go and listen to just like I said the last few because it's been so long since I actually listened to an album from there.
But hasn't it been long since they released the album? I
Not
think it was a
sure.
huge.
No idea.
Let me look. I think it was a nice little break in between this and their last album.
Okay,
Because that time makes a difference, I guess.
for sure,
But
man.
I heard that they changed some members too.
There was some drama. I was reading some
Yeah,
of them,
I
some or at least on Rap Genius, they said that there was some drama. I meant to read it to watch the interview, and I did. But there's some drama about the band and like wanting or somebody was trying to get them to have a male vocalist because that's what they just weren't that kind of band and they were really pushing for that and they had to settle for something. It was just a lot of compromise
oh
and that's a
Yeah.
lot of
Okay,
Hmm
that's interesting. I think that's one of the things that kind of draw me to this band in particular is that they have a female vocalist lead.
Like,
Because it's it seems like a lot of the rock, rock is a man, dominated kind
Male
of genre.
dominated, yeah. It seems
yeah,
to be.
for
Hmm.
sure.
Okay, it's
Billy.
been 5 years since they last album, which is
Okay.
Okay.
quite. It can be quite a bit. Well, I'm glad you guys had so much to say because I did not have too much to say, unfortunately. It's not my wheelhouse of music.
Okay.
It was a little too hard for me. It's not something I would listen to every day. But
Hmm.
that's kind of the joy of the podcast. We get to listen to stuff that we wouldn't normally listen to. But as I would give it one more listen just to be fair and to just maybe listen for some of the things that Billy talked about with the chords and the cadences and things like that. But the percussion was pretty heavy, and maybe because I got my phone on boost, it was kind of like a little jarring for me to sit and
Hmm.
listen to. So yeah, that is my thoughts on the album.
Hard. Everything was so crisp.
hmm
Like just the angst and the grunge. Well, maybe grunge is not the right word, but the tone of everything just
hmm
cut through so clearly, man. Drums, cymbals, the guitar, it just did it for me, man. I enjoyed it. Happy I listened to it for sure. So
Yeah.
now
Yeah.
we're picking a new album.
Yep. So we're gonna pick a new album. This is gonna be one that we what typically would not gravitate to.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I have an album, Second Line by Dawn Richard.
I love her.
So I
She's
saw
from
it and I'm
Danny
like,
Decane. hmm
that's what
So
I
far,
thought, and I was like, oh man, I'm like, I ain't heard nothing. I'm
She's
like,
been making music. She's just been indie.
okay, well, cool. Maybe
Yeah.
we'll listen to it, and that'll be dope. Yeah. What's
you
up,
were
Billy?
you were never a Dawn fan?
Um, I was a Danny Kane fan, I guess. I guess I never really listened to. That was before I really kind of made the jump over to like R&B and yeah, just yeah. So not really.
I don't know. For some reason, I had a vague feeling you showed me not a Danity Kane album, but a Dawn album.
Okay.
I don't know. All
Okay.
right, what was the name of the album again?
Second Line. I think
Uh,
it's called Second Line.
That's what it's called. Yep.
Yeah.
you heard it already, Tim?
Parts of it. It was two songs I was gonna send to you actually.
That means I'm gonna like this album. If it comes down to picking one of these albums, I'm picking that one.
Okay, Abby.
Mine is Slow. I think the artist name is Slow Tie, and the name of the album is Tyron or Tyron, Tyron.
And the name of the album is what?
Tyron,
Oh,
Tyron or Tyron.
all right. What you got, Tim?
Weezer. I think it's called by Van Weezer. It's either Van Weezer by Weezer. Let me look. I just saw
It's
it and I'm like, I would not normally listen to that. So
it's Van Weezer by Weezer.
got you. Okay. That's
I'm.
it.
I guess I'm not surprised. Weezer's still making music, man. I'm interested in that. I am. But I'm also interested in this dog.
Okay, so how it works is last person that won or last person had album pick takes off first. I won last time, so I will remove Weezer. Who is Weezer? I don't even know who Weezer is.
Dumbo.
No, I mean who's like
I
I'm like
think it's
Google.
what punk rock.
Is it punk rock?
That's what I remember them from, or like alternative. But I
Okay,
don't know. This one has like a different. That even the album cover looks a little different. Maybe
okay,
old school classic rock or something like that. So I don't know.
okay. Oh, that might be a dope listen. I don't know. All right, Timbo. That's on you. What you taking away?
Um, what was the name of your album, Billy? I'm
Tyron.
sorry. You got Tyra. Okay, you got to tell me stuff twice.
You good?
It's life. Seriously. Um,
You good, man.
I don't want to take off second line, but I do because it's something I would normally listen to. So I'm gonna take off second line.
Okay.
Wow. we're an interesting turn of events.
Yeah, I
I
wasn't
mean, if
expecting
this
that
is
one.
really about what we don't normally listen to, that's what I got to do.
Thank you for coming through and being consistent. I didn't see this one coming.
All right, cool. So Slow Time by Tyrant is gonna be the pick for our next album.
Yes, S
I
L O H I T H A I.
Thai.
Yeah,
I like the Thai food.
cool, man.
I
Yeah.
love Thai
Drunken
food, man.
noodles. I've had drunken noodles one time, and no, I'm sorry. I've had them. They were amazing once when I was working at was it Foot Locker. I was working at Foot Locker, and the boss, the manager there, she just liked Thai food. We were talking about Thai food. She's like, all right, one day we're gonna get some Thai food from a place around in the area. And she ordered it, and she got some drunken noodles, and they were delicious. I've never had drunken noodles that good. I mean, after that,
What was the name of the
drunken.
Thai food place? Do you recall?
Nope,
Mm,
the
okay,
lost cause, man.
man. I
So
love Thai food. Man,
It is good.
I might get Thai food for lunch tomorrow.
Stop
when
it.
it's the drunken noodles, let me know where you got them from.
All right, but moving on.
Yes, sir.
We are into chapter 7 of Love Languages by his mouth is
Doctor.
full, Doctor Gary
hmm
Gary Chapman.
Sorry, I had to catch up on lunch. I didn't. I really didn't eat today. I really didn't. It's bad.
Good
Man,
something to eat.
be moving.
So chapter 7. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
What
so this
everybody
is
think?
our love language number 4 now. 4, 5, 4
I
that
thought we
we're
said
Four.
on.
4 in the meeting.
Acts of service that we're
It's
doing.
four.
So, what you guys think? Let's break this down.
I really got to this chapter. Um, One because when the dude was like, "I want to come home and see the baby's face washed," I was kind of like, "What you doing all day if you're not doing this other stuff that he upset about, and you're not watching?" I was like, "What are you doing?" I want to know. How,
It's it did
I want to
seem it did seem a little odd. Like it seemed like I don't know, like babies seem like they always got messy faces, and maybe that's just his thing. Like he just came. I'm like, I come home one more time, and this baby got jelly on his face. Like, but oh
It
man, it
could be
just
a. It could be that he could be fed up.
what I'm saying, man. Like
it was funny
it's a
though.
kid, but at the same time, what are you doing if the baby's face is not clean by the time he come home? I'm not saying it should be. I'm just curious now because apparently
She busy
it was
being Obama.
but it was a list of things that she was not doing apparently to this guy. You know what I mean? And he's
Man.
like, "Don't do none of these and the baby face dirty. Like, what's wrong?"
But see, but look, peep her
How does
list
that happen?
though, because her list was like,
Yeah.
well, coming in here, why don't you change a diaper, especially if I'm in here cooking food?
That's what
Like,
I'm saying. It's like she gonna have all the responsibilities of the house, so it's
yup.
very
But
easy for her to
she
forget
wasn't
that.
cooking food. That was his problem. She wasn't cooking. So like, what you mean?
Well, you
Hey,
can't have everything. It's like no. I'm trying to play devil's advocate here.
That's why I think it's so interesting because this dude is complaining about all of this stuff, which is what she would be doing if she was at home being like a housewife, right? And she don't do
hmm
any of it. And the baby's face is dirty. How come you don't want to clean your baby's face if you're not doing anything?
I
You
don't
know
know
what I
why this
mean?
baby got a dirty
I don't
face, man.
In the same token, if he got, why would she do anything if she ain't did nothing else? Just
know.
saying.
That's real. Also, when you come home, if you see the baby's face dirty, clean it. It's still kids
I
too.
mean,
What are you doing?
grab a wipe. Come
Like
on.
somewhere
Like,
nearby. Just wipe his face.
uh,
It's simple to me, but I guess when you like in that kind of space, it's like no.
She
When I
just.
come home,
How old is this
baby,
baby? She
apparently
could be
not
dealing
old
with
enough.
postpartum. I'm done.
Oh,
Just
that's
saying.
it.
It's a thing. It really
Yeah,
I mean,
is.
no, it is. That's real. I
that's
take my jokes back, actually.
yeah, man.
Right, all
That's
right.
very serious. But if she's not dealing with that, I'm just trying
Yeah,
to figure out what.
yeah.
Then what?
And then clean the baby faces off. That's all
What the
my
F? What
man's
the
was
F?
saying. That's all.
But
That's
this
all.
dude, you remember him talking about like I remember my dad like at least mowing the lawn and doing something else, and he don't even do that. We were trying like,
I
so
thought
they were
that
talking.
was intriguing too.
I'm going to try and explain this story, right?
Okay.
She had this man, and this lady,
I
and
think this was Mark and Mary.
Mark and Mary, and they're going at it. They said he's just asking Dr. Chapman, "What do you do when you just don't agree on anything?" And he's like, "Well, okay, what's going on in so many words?" And then Mary, or who goes first? Mark. Mark goes first. He's like, "When I come home, I would like to have. I'm ready to eat. I don't want to come home to a dirty house, and I don't want my baby to have a dirty place. You know what I mean? I just expect to have all of these things done when I get off of work." And she's like,
No.
"Oh, fishing, hunting." Or she's blaming, fishing or hunting on him taking care of other chores like household work, mowing the lawn, washing the car, all these other things. And she expresses this resentment for him for not doing these things. So this is a backdrop of some of what's going on. And I guess what they kind of discover that you just got to do those things, and that makes a difference. Just do it. Or it was, this is what I learned. My pastor said this a long time ago. He said, you got to be careful what you start out with when you're dating somebody because you have to keep it up. It serves as a standard. So they're talking about, I mean, I guess the issue that they ran into is that after marriage, he just kind of stopped doing these things that he was doing before marriage. And her love tank went full. It was pretty empty after that,
It was empty as F. Yeah.
which I guess is where we find ourselves in this problem, right?
But I think this speaks a lot to. You can't hear me?
No, I can't hear Ken.
Oh,
Or
okay.
his name's Ray.
Yeah, yeah.
There
I
he
was
is.
saying it seems like a relatable problem as well. Um because when you get in that love, if we look back a few chapters, we talked about that love infatuation stage or the love obsession stage, right? When you're like just overly in and you're like, I love your stanky drawers,
Right. You
anything
think
that
the
you
sun
do is
shines
just
out of
beautiful,
it. Yeah.
and it's just like it's just all just great. So, you are willing to probably do things and kind of put up with things, and when you start to get into that 2 year, time or whatever it
Right.
is,
What
you just
was
get a little
3 year
comfy.
after the honeymoon phase? Yeah.
So it's just interesting, trying to figure out that, and seeing that, and in this situation. So yeah, Billy, I was yeah. Well, I mean, what else were you saying with it? Oh, that was all.
I mean, I think that was it. I mean,
Okay.
it's just we didn't come to the resolution yet, but I think that was the gist of them
Okay.
having
Yeah. Yeah.
and yeah, man, just so different. He didn't want to go to church. He don't mind going. It seems like all of these problems are about people who just can't talk. I don't
Well,
mean to oversimplify it, but it's like, okay, this guy understands what questions to ask, and then they give the answer, and then they're like, oh, that's what's going on, and then they change.
that's true. Well, I guess I did find it interesting that they both had the same love language in that respect too, though. And then
Yeah.
it kind of spoke to the key, how key dialect really is, and actually
Mhm.
figuring out, okay, well, what is it within this love language that you're actually looking for, especially with them both having acts of service, and then in the beginning for him to come back and in the beginning for the man to feel as if we don't agree on anything, but y'all got the
Mhm.
same love language, so I thought that was I found that interesting.
Very interesting, man. Very interesting. And I
Yeah.
found it interesting that she was blaming, or as he describes it, she was blaming his hunting and going fishing and other things he wanted to do for why he didn't do the chores, and that wasn't necessarily the case. But it still just gives me how often these things get understood differently by the
Hmm.
opposite person, and now it's a problem in your hand. Somebody taking you not mowing the lawn as a serious showing of you not loving them. You know?
Ain't it wild?
Here's the thing: did she ask you to mow the lawn now, and you
I
just
don't know.
didn't?
I
That's
don't
the
know. He's
thing.
probably
A
wrong.
lot of times, women ask for stuff. They're vocal about what they want. They don't just. Sometimes they do expect you to just pull it out of thin air, but most of the time they're gonna tell you what they want. So
Right.
it's one. I'm just thinking maybe this was something that she asked him to do several times, and he just
Right.
never got around to doing it. That still don't mean he don't love her, but that still affects how his love is being shown towards her.
Or how she receives the love.
That
Mhm.
too, yes.
But just because when this dude is talking, clearly he's saying still make requests. You know what I mean? It's still a
Hmm.
request. You can demand it even if you ask 5 times. You can
Yeah.
demand it. But he should
Request
go out
over
there and
demand.
mow the lawn. Just go do it. You know? It's so interesting. These both of these sides. And then when people, I guess you have this problem that it just stops you being able to talk about it. You have this one guy, Dr. Jerry Chapman, again, Gary Chapman, who knows how to ask the right questions.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Jerry Chapman.
The peeping whisperer.
Basically.
And then they just come together. That's mind boggling to me.
Mhm.
Yeah. It really is. I don't know. One thing I took from, I guess, another thing
Yeah.
I took from it is that, man, you kind of got to be, I guess, willing to listen to like criticisms. You got to be willing to be open, and you have to be willing to kind of do kind of what works for your relationship, not necessarily what you're used to.
Right.
And
Because what you used to may not work.
absolutely, you got to be able to go against those stereotypes or, change the stereotypes. So, and it's difficult. And I think it all comes with conversation. And I don't know. It's just interesting kind of going through and reading all of these. I can't remember the second couple. I was trying to remember who the second couple was and what they were going through in this acts of service chapter.
Doormat. I do want to say to your last point,
Hmm.
all of those things are so important, but I didn't understand from where I was supposed to be choosing from until I read the book.
Mm-hmm.
It feels like you're doing something to pacify a person because I don't understand why me coming home to fold clothes, or me not coming home to fold clothes, is me not loving him and like, oh, you don't love me. Somewhere in a secret trap door of your heart, you're like, no, you don't love me because you didn't do that.
Because you didn't the
But
clothes. Look, the clothes. This is
The
why you don't
clothes.
love me. Like,
You don't love me.
but
The clothes.
but but it's so much more than that.
it is. It just happens to be, I guess, the clothes thing that brings it out.
Right. The
But
clothes will be the dialect in the language of love, which is.
I'm over this. I'm about to scream. You said the dialect of love, which is like.
it's it's I say that because my pastor, we was hanging out one day, and he was like, you know what? Oh, we gotta stop back by the house because I got something I gotta take care of, and then we can go out to eat or whatever we were doing that day. And he
Hmm.
just went home to go spend a little bit more time with his wife and fold clothes. And I'm like, huh, I get it, but I thought he was just doing it so he could just okay, so just make her happy. You know what I mean? You got roles in this household. If you're supposed to fold clothes today, you're supposed to fold clothes today. I don't care what you're doing. Come back and fold. Just to see him do that, I understand it now.
Hmm.
With I understand it a little bit better
Right.
because that's a
That's
big deal.
interesting. That is very interesting. Yeah, especially to see it in practice. Something so small as just folding clothes. Like, let me just hit back, run back. Let me just fold these clothes with the wife, and then we can keep going and doing what we got to do. That's.
Even home, he came home to do that.
Yeah, went
He
all the way home.
in the wind. He was free.
I'm
I
over
mean,
you.
but he was. You know what I mean?
He was a free man.
And I'm about to take care of this, and
Mhm.
then I'm gonna make sure she's okay, and I'm gonna leave.
But guess what? I'm sure she
Yeah.
appreciated that effort. I'm sure she thought about that.
Mhm.
Of course she did. I
That
thought that was awesome,
man,
and
that's a
also
pro tip right there.
It
it
is,
was.
low key. I ain't
He
doing it, but it's a pro tip. It's like, no.
he's been one of the biggest inspirations, for lack of a better word, for how
Mhm.
to love people,
Mhm.
just trying to understand what love is at its foundation, and then trying to apply that to all people in all
Right.
areas of your life. Just because that's your standard, you don't have to do it for like I said before. I thought it would be just to make her happy. No, he did it because he loved her, and I understand how that's connected now.
Right.
Even if that doesn't mean the same thing for me, it does for that person.
Mhm.
I I get it more. It's not 100%. I can really still I'll come bail you out of jail even though I ain't fold these clothes. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
I mean, but you only
So
love her if you fold the clothes. Come on, man.
you know,
I mean,
good point. I'm kind of
oh, that's
selfish,
funny.
and I'm
That's
gonna fold the clothes. I'm gonna come home and fold the clothes. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead. What you
no,
got to
no,
say?
I wasn't saying nothing. I'm just laughing. I'm just laughing at it.
Yeah,
But
man.
nevertheless, very interesting chapter.
But what stuck out to me also was that name doormat. It's
Yeah.
like you don't want to be that because that's
Mm,
that's taking the acts of service to a whole new level. Like
sure,
it's
man.
all
Mm,
yeah. So
She
I
was
just
fed.
yeah, don't be a doormat.
very true.
Do not be. Yep. But yeah, man. I think that's all I had for the importance of this. Acts of service is not really one of my big things. So I think I got the gist of it. The gist of it.
Hmm.
You know what I mean?
I feel that. I feel
Yeah.
that. It'll be interesting to see what the next one is because I know we're coming through almost done, right?
Yeah, we only got one more to go, and then a few more chapters.
Yeah. What's the last one? Anybody know right off? Yeah,
Touch, physical touch.
physical touch. Okay. Oh well, that'd be interesting. I guess I would
Mhm.
assume it's like what, like holding hands, like out in public, that kind of thing, like the PDA kind of thing. Is my
We're,
Mhm.
my initial thought,
we're about to find out because
which is important.
I'm the kind of person like let's say if somebody passed away or I need to be consoled,
Hmm.
depending on who you are, even if I have a loving relationship with you, I don't want to be touched. It's
I feel
strange.
that.
So
Hmm.
I'm very interested in what he's about to say about this. I'm just weird with physical touch sometimes, man.
Hmm.
It's strange.
Some people are. It just depends. Everybody's different.
They are. I'm just.
Yeah.
You one of those? Don't hug me. Leave me alone.
Right out here hitting the Heisman on them.
Right. Hold up water. You can hold
Right.
that hug. Like I'm good on it.
Oh man.
Okay. What's next, man?
All right. So with that, man, we're gonna move right on to this conversation we were all having. I think we were all chopping it up, and cologne came up,
Yes.
and I believe that Timbo, it might have been you who picked the cologne. Did you pick the cologne?
I think you did because I don't own it, but I know about it. I'm well versed with it.
Okay, yeah, I think the conversation came up. So just kind of talk about a cologne that we all may have had or that we all were familiar with. So we went to one of the more popular brands.
Very popular. I don't know how much popular it is now, but years ago it was all
Yeah.
everybody was wearing.
So we got Gucci Guilty. So I guess personally, it's one of the ones I like. I guess for those watching, we do have the bottle, and
Le Bosco.
I mean I like it. I really like it. It's one of the ones that smells good kind of no matter when I wear it. I can wear it in the daytime, I can wear it at night, and it always has just a reliable smell and it lasts long. So
Yeah,
it's
it's
something
strong.
that I kind of go to.
Yeah.
When I don't want to really think about, what cologne to wear. I'm like, oh, okay, I just grab the Gucci Guilty, spray that on, and keep it moving. And it don't go wrong for me.
It's
you
Gucci
know,
guilty for
I
you.
mean, I'm just saying it's one of the ones it's almost a daily driver for me.
Mhm.
Like it's just
Mhm.
easy for me just to pick it. I don't know. What about you guys?
Well, I mean,
Good
I'll
game.
just go
So
ahead.
you go.
Okay. I mean, although I do not personally own it, this talking about it made me want to get it because for me, if it's a scent that everybody is on at the same time, I don't want to wear it because I want to smell different. So the time when it came out, it was a huge hit. Like every guy I know owned some or was wearing it, even roommates when I was in college.
Hmm.
So but I just wanted to make note of the notes that are in here. It has top notes of citrus and lavender. It also is a little woody. It has white floral, aromatic, patchouli. It's sweet and it's a little spicy. And just, I mean, of course, you would have to be well versed in colognes to even put all of that together. But it's a nice scent. I think it's a great scent for a night out. A great scent for I mean, you could chill with it too. I would be lighter on spraying it when I was chilling, but like on that day, just make sure you have enough. And the guilty, I think the spicy part is kind of what brings that in because it kind of gives it this rebel kind of edge to it. Because other than that, it's really floral and sweet, but it has a little spicy part to it. So I'm definitely gonna try and buy it now because I think it's calmed down enough for me to be like, okay, I can add this to my collection now. So yeah.
Yeah. All right, Billy, what you thinking?
I think that it is a sweet and floral fragrance that is alluring. Um, I really like this fragrance. I think it's very versatile. Dress it up, dress it down. Doesn't matter what time of year it is. You're gonna be good. Um, Longevity, or I guess projection for me is okay. Longevity
Mm-hmm.
is okay too. It smells nice. It's just something about it that smells rich. Not rich in the
Mm-hmm.
way of like, oh, I have a bunch of money.
Yeah.
Just a, just a nice blend.
Mhm. Mhm.
There is a type of sophistication to the blend. There just is. And as sweet and playful as it may seem, I think that there is a seriousness to its alluring nature. So I like the balance of those two things.
Mm-hmm.
And I like that for me when I choose colognes. A lot of times it's about how whatever I'm wearing, how it just has to make sense with that. Like, does this smell make sense with this color palette? Or
Mm-hmm.
does this, like there are some
I think like
fragrances
that too. Hmm.
that will go really well with a denim jacket to me in my mind. It just makes sense. This is one of the ones that for most of whatever I'd be wearing, it would always smell nice, especially or at least compliment nice, and always be a great night out fragrance. If you got on all black, man, Gucci Guilty is just going to enhance your, you know, what I mean, your being in the room. Whatever
Mm-hmm.
you have on just complements and enhances who you are. And yeah, I like Gucci Guilty, man.
Hmm.
Now I do got a question for you guys. Do they have different flavors of Gucci Guilty?
I think they do. Do they?
I know
Yeah,
they
like a
have
bunch of
I know
them.
they have a her, right?
Yeah.
They have a him,
Dude,
and they have a what? A one that's a little bit heavier than the other one. The Gucci Guilty. It's Gucci Guilty something.
Wait, something heavier
that
than Gucci Guilty? Gucci
Yeah.
Guilty is already, it has
it's
a
not.
heavy.
It's really not that heavy, at least to me. It's
Okay.
not that heavy.
Huh.
They have a oud. They have a oud intense. They have a green bottle. They got just a regular intense. And maybe, no, not they have a oud and then
It
a
was intense.
regular,
That's what it was. Uh huh.
and then they have a Gucci Guilty Black. There's a Gucci Guilty O, which may be discontinued. It's like EAU, and it has it's like a sportier version of Gucci Guilty,
Oh.
with the same power. And it has, I think, more iris in it. So it's not as sweet, but it
Huh.
still has the main DNA of Gucci Guilty.
See, I would be interested in going and smelling the different shades, for lack of a better word, of it, just because maybe something a little lighter I could see working in some situations where some situations you may want something maybe a little more bold, but with the same smell kind of palette.
Same vibe. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
got you. This one, I think with the iris, it really changes it. So you gotta try it on your skin. You're not gonna get the same feeling you get from Gucci Guilty.
Okay. Huh, that's
I can give
interesting.
you that same. It's not gonna give you the same security and what you're wearing, and just yeah, I'm good. Even though
Hmm.
it's like it's not the same scent. Even
I
though it's the
feel you.
same.
That Gucci Guilty is really reliable. That's the reason I go to it.
And
It is.
clearly, women like it. That's why when men are always wearing it. That's the only, besides, I have to, because I'm telling you, it was a point. Every guy I knew had that scent. Every
Every
guy.
every bottle. I mean every bottle.
Hmm.
Everybody.
Every
For sure.
bottle.
They were buying every bottle. We couldn't keep it in stock. Everybody
Crazy.
went to Gucci. It is what
Mhm.
it is.
All right. All right, man. Is it question time?
You know what it is.
Here we go.
I mean, we got some good questions this time, so I'm a little
No, we
excited.
do. I'm
This round was
interested to see
way, way,
what we
way
got.
fun. Last time I would be like, what is this question gonna be asking me?
Nah, here we go. We got a good one.
All right, let's see. Get this one. Blacker. Don't it drop. It fell again. Okay. So What is your favorite piece of technology that you own?
My phone.
That's your favorite piece?
That's the thing I use the most. I use it more than my laptop. I use it more than
That
anything.
wasn't the question. I said,
Yes, it's my favorite.
this is your question, Ray. I thought you had an answer for this because I don't.
Right. He's
I don't
stumped
know.
over there. Like,
I,
what?
well, I
So many.
guess. Well, I guess I was about to say my car, but I don't know if that's necessarily my favorite or if that's just my most reliable, the thing I need the most,
Gotcha.
the technology I need the most. My favorite one's probably one of the video games, man. Like the actual, if I could just like pick one and go on like oh, you stuck on an island or something, take one piece of technology, like man, give me a game system with all the games on it. Nah, I'll be
Mhm.
straight for a little bit.
Okay.
See, I don't know, but then we got like a little air fryer kind of grill thing, and that thing is kind of cool. Like that technology is just really cool too. Just the
True. I
ability
do like
to
my air fryer. I do.
fry and grill and roast, and there's a bunch of stuff we can do on that thing.
Hmm.
Barbecue. It's like, nah.
Yeah. Then even like Tim said, just cell phones, man. That's probably the most used technology that I have.
I'll say, I'll say my computer because I create. So any technology that allows me to create, especially music, uh,
Hmm.
I just need it. You know, it just fulfills me. So I guess I wish it was fancier. I'd give you a fancier answer than that. Yeah, it's got to be my computer, if not my phone, man. My phone's everything. I keep notes in there, read books, learn so much. My phone is my university in a way. So,
Hmm.
and I love to learn. I'm sorry, I really like to learn. So, yeah. So yeah, man, probably my
Yeah.
phone and my laptop. Oh, that sucks. Because it's got to be everybody's answer, right? Unless you're just super rich and you're afforded, or maybe super rich and or you're afforded the opportunity to have some pretty awesome technologies around you.
Yes, it's probably gonna
Mhm.
be the phone. You're right.
Oh, good.
I don't know. Maybe the people got something other than the phones.
Yeah. I hope if y'all got something, please write us, let us know. Give us some new ideas because right now we stuck. We real
Yeah.
basic around this part.
I'm basic and I'm fine with it. I really am.
Basic and fine with it. Ray, where can they tell us these things?
Man, look, you can tell us these things on oh, hit us up on an email.
For sure.
Blackchopasylum@gmail.com.
Yep.
And yeah. That's where you can tell us those things. Oh, but you can also I guess you can listen to us, right?
Right.
You can
Yeah.
listen to us on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, or honestly, wherever you can find a podcast, we should be there. So,
Google, wasn't that on there too?
oh yeah, absolutely, we'll be on the Googles.
Yeah, that was a terrible setup. I'm sorry. If you like the show, please let us know. Uh, like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, the Black Top is not closed. Peace.
Peace.